Today is October 31st, and the Yankee season is over. Between the Bases starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Between the Bases podcast. My name is Noah. Alongside me is Logan, and the Yankee season is over. It's over. It was a good season, but it ended in an unfortunate way. Logan, how you feeling?
Listen, if the Yankees made routine plays, if the pitching got better, there were so many miscues, so many mistakes, so many routine plays that could have been made. But it is what it is. Nothing much we can do about it. Very embarrassing loss. First time in 15 years. Not a good way. Just wasn't good. There's no words to describe it. And especially with a market like New York, it's big if they lose. So just no words to describe it.
Yeah, and I don't think any Yankee fan was shocked that they lost that game. Like, the way that they lost that game. I mean, I've been saying it for the past, since April. You know, this is how the Yankees lose games, and they chalk it up to, we got another game tomorrow night. We'll fix it up. You didn't fix it up the whole year, and now the season's over because you couldn't make mistakes. The Dodgers hit 212 in this series. This was such a winnable series. You should have won Friday night, Boone. You're not going to win if you don't have Aaron Boone. If you have Aaron Boone as the manager, you're not going to win the World Series. I hate to break it to you. You got to fire Boone. He's too nice on the players. He's not tough enough. And Volpe, you got to turn the play there. Judge, you got to make that catch. There's no fundamentals in this team. A Little League team can play better baseball than them, and that's shocking.
I've been saying this since really even 2 years ago when Clay Holmes still gave up big plays, cardiac Clay. You have to make better decisions in the bullpen. And that's one of the vital parts about being a manager. You have to know when to put your guys in and when you don't. The problem with Boone is that he's like a dog to an owner. He's too attached to Clay Holmes. And then it only took him like 5 months to realize, oh, wait, this guy's doing nothing for us. We got to put in Weaver. And that was probably one of the best decisions that he made, but it would have been even better if he made it by the beginning of the season, mid-season.
I mean, where was Tim Hill Friday night? Where was he?
Where he was warming up, and then all of a sudden he decides, let's let a guy that hasn't pitched in a month pitch with 2 outs in the biggest game of the year with bases loaded. And everybody knows the two guys that have been shown inconsistency in the rotation this year have been Cortez and Stroman. When they move them to the bullpen, they did decent. That doesn't mean they're good. They've had a lot of earned runs this year, gave up a lot of big hits. Every time Stroman or Cortez would pitch, I always debated on not watching the game. I try and watch every single game during the season. I just can't watch Nestor Cortez and Marcus Stroman give up runs. And I hope they opt out of Marcus Stroman's contract. They signed him for 2 years with an opt-out. I really hope they don't take him back. I really hope so.
I mean, I don't know what to say because Boone, we mentioned, he's horrible. He's a horrible manager. He managed the bullpen horribly. You know, last night, he should have went to Colt, and he should have got 6 outs from Weaver. I don't know why he went to Canely right away. He's done the changeup every single pitch. Like, the Astros knew what pitch was coming in the 2017 World Series, and they cheated. The Dodgers didn't need to cheat. They knew the changeup was coming. And another thing, why is Alex Verdugo playing every game? Jason Dominguez is a much better hitter than Verdugo. In what? Because he had a meaningless 9th-inning homer in Game 3 when the game was over? Like, and Verdugo, he's vibing out to whoever was performing for the Dodgers. He's vibing out. Like, he doesn't want to be here. He wants to have fun. And the Yankees, they're not about fun. We're about winning World Series. Like, there's no time for joking. Bench Verdugo. What the heck was that?
The only reason why they want Verdugo playing is for defense. And he's shown it during the regular season. He's had very good defensive plays. Yeah, it's a couple of miscues, but he's had very good defensive plays. Dominguez, not when he would field, he wasn't that good. We saw it in Detroit in the Little League Classic where he could have easily thrown it in, but it ended up being a walk-off. So they just care about fielding, really. I mean, Juan Soto isn't that – considering he was nominated for a Gold Glove, he's not even that good of a fielder. I mean, Gleyber Torres threw a lot of errors. Volpe, he's hit or miss. He can either be Derek Jeter or he could be freaking, I don't know, like Ryan in 6th grade. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. They can either be the best team one day or they could be like the Chicago White Sox the next day. They're consistent at being inconsistent. That is the problem with the New York Yankees.
Yeah, you hit it on the nail. They're consistent at being inconsistent. This is the most predictable team and their most unpredictable team at the same time. You don't know what's going to happen, but you do know what's going to happen. It's like you didn't know that they were going to blow that game, but you knew that they were going to blow that game yesterday because we've seen it the whole year, all the way since April. You've seen it. They make stupid plays, they make stupid decisions, and you hit it with Juan Soto. This is the Yankee fans have been pushing this off that Juan Soto's about to hit free agency. We're not going to talk about it after the season, and now this is the time. I'm not talking about the election. We're not an election pod. We're talking about Juan Soto's free agency. We don't know what's going to happen if he doesn't come back to the Bronx next year. The hope in this whole place is going to be crazy. And I still think they can win the World Series. I think the AL is wide open. But Juan Soto, you need to re-sign Juan Soto. He's going to make $650 million, and he can't hit field, and he can't run the bases. So pay the guy the money.
That is the number one thing that should be on the Yankees, on Brian Cashman's board right now. They could opt out with Garrett Cole if they don't feel comfortable. They have Rizzo going. They have Torres going. I don't mind Rizzo going. He's too old. Can't hit the ball. Hasn't hit a home run since June. He hasn't hit a home run since June. And it's not the first time we've seen him in a slump like that. 2 seasons ago, he went without a home run for 2 months. And then he got a concussion. I mean, he's always had the concussion, but they never really found out. But still, they need to find ways to get Juan Soto back. And other than that, personally, you can't pay Judge. Judge has carried, ever since he came up in the big leagues in 2017, he's carried the team on his back. He's been a powerhouse for the Yankees. He's done everything he could to bring them to a title, but they can't finish the job. I mean, yes, Juan Soto, very talented at his age, only 25, but you just can't pay him more than your captain. You really can't. Unless you can restructure Judge's contract, there's no way you can pay him. No way you can pay him.
Another question that Yankee fans are going to be asking themselves is, what's next? What's next? This is a team that we thought was it. Coming in Houston, Soto throwing that ball out. This was the team. This was the team that was supposed to get there. So what's next for this Yankee team? What offseason moves do we have to make?
There's really not much you can do at this point. We've seen the successes. We've seen the failures. We just have to build up on the failures. We have to get a more consistent bullpen. We have to get more consistent at hitting. We have to get more guys that can hit the ball, really. I mean, we literally had a murderer's row this year. We had Judge, Stan, Soto. Other than those 3 guys, Volpe was only hitting for like 2 months, like the first 2 months. And then he started getting back to his regular tactics as he did 2 seasons ago. Rizzo's very inconsistent. Torres had a crazy slump at the beginning of the year and just picked up right by when the season ended. You just have to pick up and get on from that. There's nothing really much you can do.
I mean, it starts with re-signing Soto. You got to get rid of Verdugo. Verdugo cannot be on the team next year. I love Glaber, but Glaber is mentally not there, and this Yankee team needs better defense and they need to run the bases better. So please, Glaber, I love you, buddy, but you got to leave. Rizzo, you got to leave. They got to make a move for a second baseman. Maybe Brandon Lau. Ben Rice maybe at first base next year. Maybe you bring in a first baseman. Maybe Christian Walker. Maybe Pete Alonso. Maybe you bring in Anthony Santander.
Yeah. Maybe Anthony Santander. I would like him. I think he came 3rd or 4th in the home runs. He would be a really good power hitter, what the Yankees are known for. I mean, Pete Alonso, they're going to have to pull a lot of strings from that. Because if you pay Pete Alonso, you might not have enough money for Soto. You might not have enough money for other guys. But other than that, I mean, another thing, I mentioned it before. I just want to say it again. They need to get a more consistent rotation. Gil, I don't know if it's Gil or Heel. I'm just going to pronounce it Gil. He was good for the first half of the season. Ever since he pitched against Baltimore in June, it's just been off the rails. It's been horrible. Cortez, as I mentioned before, and Stroman, they were way below expectations. Rodon he had his moments, but it was inconsistent. Cole, he was struggling at the beginning. You just have to find a consistent starters.
What about Clark?
Clark has had a breakout year. He did really good. But other than that, he wasn't really used much because of his surgery. But when he's used, he can either be the best guy or the worst guy. It's all about this team is all inconsistency. And same with the hitting too. Ever since Judge was like 8 home runs away from breaking his own record. He just ever since that Paw Patrol episode, he's been I don't even know how to explain. He's just been chasing the ball time after time, and we saw it in the World Series and postseason too. He's been chasing the ball. He just wants to hit it out. I get it. He wants to help his team in every way possible, but there are no excuses when you're swinging at a pitch that is 2 inches off the plate. Even if it's a hanging breaking ball that you think you can get, there's no excuse for striking out almost. I think he struck out like 20 times. I'm not sure, but there's just no excuse.
All right. I'm gonna give you my projected 2025 MLB opening day lineup for the New York Yankees.
All right.
My catcher opening day, Austin Wells. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Jose Trevino. I mean, he's not bad, but we've seen inconsistency with stolen bases. He just can't get picked. Just can't throw him out. We saw it against the Red Sox back in June. 9 stolen bases in one game. Seen it often. He's not. He's not. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's a power hitter as long as he hits the ball. But I mean, Wells is young. He's great. Very good power hitter. Very good fielder. I mean, he has a lot of potential, and I seriously think he will help the Yankees in the coming years, in the next 10 years.
My
But
first baseman next year. I got my first baseman. I got them training for Yandy Diaz.
they could, but if not, I would see Ben Rice. I think they would want Ben Rice up. I think he's also a great power hitter. I mean, the only fielding first baseman does is just cover the base. But we've seen a lot of moments where he's been doing his job in late of June, July, early August. So, I mean, he would be great. But if not, I also see Oswaldo Cabrera playing third base, first base.
Second
Because
base, second base, Jazz Chisholm Jr. I think they move him over from third.
I don't know about that one. I think they're gonna get. I think they're probably gonna get some guy in free agency. Either that or they're gonna make a trade. I don't know who I see. I don't know who I see right now, but it could be Chaz Chisholm. It could be somebody else. But I mean, I still see. I still see Chaz Chisholm at third base.
Shortstop, it's gonna be Volpe. No, it's not a question.
Mhm.
Third base is that's where it gets a little rough. I could see Oswald Peraza. Yankee fans have been asking what happened to this guy. He's supposed to be a highly touted prospect. Where is he now? Uh, he played once this year. I think he played twice actually, but he hit a homer.
I don't know how many times he played. He didn't do anything.
He hit a
He
homer.
did not. He had a homer. Okay, one. Okay, he had a homer, but other than that, he's shown inconsistency in 2023 when he was brought up. He was okay in 2022. Not what we wanted to see, but it was improved. But it was really good considering it was his first time up.
Outfield Yankees. I know you're not listening to this, but if you are, please, please, please let the outfield be next year. Soto, Soto, and not Judge and left, Dominguez in center, Soto and right. Is not a center fielder. Stop making him a center fielder. Please stop making him a center fielder. Yeah, he's gonna get hurt. He got hurt 2 years ago in Dodger Stadium playing right field. He's gonna get hurt if you play him in the outfield. Please don't make him a center fielder. Please.
I mean, I agree, but I disagree. Judge should not be playing center field. That's what the organization wants, but he should not be playing center field. Dominguez absolutely should. If it were up to me, I would probably just see how Soto plays back in left field because in past years we've seen Soto in left field. He was okay. Judge has always been okay in right field. It's just one instance where he broke his toe. I mean, other than that, it's not much you can say. But here's the thing: Judge is a really good fielder. That's the thing. He's a tall. He can jump. He can rob home runs. He can make diving catches. One thing I would like to see though is that I think Harrison Bader is a free agent this year. I would love to see a reunion. He's a little bit like Verdugo, but he flashes the leather. He's really good at the outfield, and sometimes he could just make some electric moments happen on the plate.
He's a fourth outfielder at best, and that's what Trent Grisham's for. So I don't know why they'd go after Bader. I could see them maybe going after Teoscar Hernandez. Maybe Teoscar
I, I
Hernandez.
I think the Dodgers want it back. They like Teoscar. I think they would want it back.
They're gonna spend a lot of money this year again. I think they're gonna get Corbin Burns, but that's coming up later. Thank you, Logan, for coming on. It's not the way you want to end the Yankee season, so thank you for talking about it.
listen, that's just how it works. We've seen it in the 2000s when they lost in '03, when they lost, I think, in '05. I mean, baseball's a tough game, but the best part about baseball is short-term memory loss. Don't remember everything. You only remember key parts, but other than that, you just gotta pick up, go with the flow, improve, and I always hate saying this, but there's always next year.
Pitchers and
There really
catchers
is
and
always next year.
pitchers and catchers are in 113 days. So next year's coming up soon. So thank you for coming on again.
All right.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.
Great episode, boys. Great episode.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Well,